Today we are discussing Nirvana Prakarana Yoga Vasistha first half, Nirvana Prakarana first half and 38th chapter. But last Sunday when we were discussing about the worship of the highest Lord, that is the absolute truth, how to worship, and which is the highest worship. So we came to the conclusion that the highest truth is to be worshipped, and that is the highest worship. That is the only worship. And in that context, we were discussing what is called worship. Worship means to sacrifice something. Whatever you think it is yours, you have to sacrifice it. In तैत्तरीय किसमें कहाँ in Upanishads it is said, एको Isavasya Upanishad. Isavasya it is said, the Lord which is one and all-pervading and all-powerful, ever-present, omnipotent, omniscient and omnipresent, that highest Lord is present everywhere. So, Isavasyam idagam sarvam. Whatever you see or whatever is here, that is only God, nothing else. God means the highest truth. Isavasyam idagam sarvam yat kinchit jagatyam jagat. Whatever is known as the world or no world is only the highest truth. And that truth, whatever it is to be enjoyed by itself. So it is said, Tena tyaktena bhunjitha. You must enjoy the presence. You must enjoy the bliss of satisfaction that you do exist. So that is enjoyment. What else? So it should be enjoyed, whatever you have, whatever is here, it should be enjoyed. And that enjoyment should be with sacrifice. Tena tyaktena bhunjitha. You must share it with everyone and you must enjoy it by sacrificing your whatever you have.
Swamiji, sharing and sacrificing both are same?
Yes, yes. Sacrificing, sharing, giving up, or charity. Why it is so? We shall see. So it is said, you must enjoy it with sacrifice. Tena tyaktena bhunjitha ma gridha kasya svidhanam. Don't overpower others' belongings, others' wealth. Don't have an eye upon others' wealth. Then, if the truth is all pervading, then where is I and other? No others. So no question comes. Don't snap away others' properties. It is useless to say. So we have to understand the truth is all pervading, all knowing and all blissful, that is there. It is the highest understanding or highest life of lives. But relatively when we see the life, we are in relative world where there is dualism, where there is comparison, relationship, and all these sorts of do's and don'ts, or positive or negatives, they are in the relative vision. So in this relative world, we have to see the world relatively. So in comparison with the absolute truth, the relative world does exist in the form of some confusive, some delusive ideas, nothing else. Ever changing, ever confusing. It doesn't exist because we don't see the truth, we don't know the truth, we don't enjoy the truth. That's how these confusive ideas are seen. So we have to talk of this world, relative world, and then whatever is there, it is only God. How can you say? How can you say everything is God only? Because you are talking of the relative world. So you have to understand, without talking on the truth, you cannot speak on untruth. You cannot. That has to come to the discussion. How? Suppose you are in darkness, dark night, you are staying somewhere in dark night. So if you say, I am in night's darkness, I am unable to see anything, what does it mean? It means you were able to see something and now you are unable. Does it not mean like this? I am unable to see means you have sight which is obstructed. That is clear? So now, how did you see before? Before there was light. That's why you could see something. Now there is no light. So the light comes to the topic. Because now there is no light, that's why it is darkness. Without comparing with light, you cannot say what is darkness. So light has to come to the topic for discussion. In the same way, when we discuss on the relative world, comparative world, we have to bring that truth which is absolutely one, which has got no comparison. We have to bring that truth before us to compare this relative world. Relative world is compared within itself. Relativity means dualism. And we compare everything with every other thing. Now, as a whole totality, which is called dualistic world, if we have to compare it, we have to, then with what shall we compare? So, non-duality has to come. Dualism is to be compared with non-dualism. So, dualistic world means two or many. Now, this whole total dualism, which is called relative world, has to be compared with monoism, which is the truth. Without that, you cannot keep up the existence of your dualism. So, in this sense, we have to compare it, and now we have to say because of that monoism, the dualism is existing. And when we go to monoism absolutely, there is no dualism and there is only silence. We cannot say anything because no comparison. Nothing is there. Yes?
So monotheism and polytheism both are the same.
Both are same. But we have created some comparative ideas.
Yes.
We have created, though it is not there. Just as the blueness of the sky is not there at all, but somehow it has come to the scene. Somehow it has come. How has it come? Because we don't understand the reality, so we concatenate some ideas on the reality, and this is called dualistic world. We don't understand the truth. For the example, suppose the boy is absent in the class. So what do you think? What will you say about the boy? You don't see the boy in the class. So there are, if he is present in the class, he is present. Matter ends there, nothing to talk about. And when he is absent, then go on thinking so many ideas about the boy. Maybe he is at a house, maybe he is at the riverside catching fishes, maybe he is in the playground playing something, maybe he is fighting with naughty boys, friends, maybe he is swimming in the swimming pool, maybe he has gone to the market to eat something and enjoy with the friends. So many things come when the reality is not found. This is called dualistic world. Because the truth is not seen. This is how we come to dualism. Because monoism, the one, is which is called reality, it is not found. That's why. It is not seen. That's why we have to come to two, three, four, many ideas. And those ideas, when it is repeated again and again, they get solidified, they take a form and a name. That's how this dualistic world, relative world, stands upon names and forms. Something, whatever we think repeatedly, it takes a form. For example, if you think to write something on the paper, white paper, it is not visible, but it is there in your mind, which is thinking of the white paper. And then you repeat the thought, means you have to bring a pen or pencil and give a shape to the idea on the paper base. And if you go on repeating that again and again, means drawing lines on the same whatever you have written, then it will be gross, it will be visible to some other people at a distance, isn't it? In this way, just as the children, they learn alphabets, they go on writing on the same alphabet and it becomes so thick lines. In the same way, we see this visible world with names and forms, which is nothing other than repeated forms of the ideas. In this way, we are in the relative world because we don't see the reality, and reality is there. So without talking about the reality, we cannot talk about this relative world. This stands upon that reality. Now coming to our point, the whole world is nothing but the absolute truth. It pervades everywhere. If you don't understand this point, come to our boy which is absent in the class. The boy is the truth. He is absent in the class. Okay? Now, if he is absent, now what do we think about him? Many things. Suppose we think the boy will be in his house. So the boy is there. Who is absent here? The boy is there. So can you say anything about absence without the presence? The boy has to come there. No, he is absent here. You went to his house and searched for him. No, he is not here. But you sought the truth in untruth. Isn't it? Now you went to football ground. Is that boy here playing with you, children? No, that boy is not here. You are all along talking about the boy who is absent in the class. So you cannot get out of the presence. Presence is absent here at home. Presence is absent here at playground. presence is not found here in riverside. So everywhere present is there, but it is not seen. Similarly, we have to think about the truth and this relative world. The truth is everywhere hidden. We are searching for it. That's how some philosophers say, seek you will find. Seek you will find. But the Indian philosophy says, don't seek, you will find. How it is? This is also a secret. Don't seek, you will find. Why? Because now this or okay, not that. What do you see? A book with the front page, with the name of the book and the picture, the fountain coming down from the mountain, fountain coming down from the mountain, and flowing. And the name is Nirjharini, fountain, perennial fountain. So now, if you want to search for the white paper behind the picture, what will you do? You have to negate everything. Then only you will find out the background white paper, isn't it? This is one way. Seek and find. Negate, not this, not this. When you go on seeking for someone, then you have to say, no, not here, not here, not here. In this way only one seeks for someone. We were searching for the boy, not at house, not at riverside, not at the playground. So, let us go to the market. He is not at marketplace. So, where has he gone? Oh, he has gone to swimming pool. These are only the places where he goes. So now sure, he must be in swimming pool. Okay. In this way we negate one and go for searching him the presence elsewhere. So this is called seeking. Seek, you will find. Now we said don't seek, you will find. Don't seek, you will find. So just turn the page. It is white. This is white, and on this white paper only this color print is seen. So instead of negating all the colors, names and all those, just turn it. This is called the white paper, the background. The truth behind all this picture. This is how we have to search for the truth. Negate all the negations. Whatever you are going to negate, not this, your seeking is ended. And then where do you come? You come to the conclusion which is hidden behind it.
It is there to
Just as the white paper behind the picture, that is the substratum, the holder, the container, the supporter for everything. So don't seek, you will find. Keep quiet. This is how we say, don't seek, you will find. If you go on seeking, then you will get only the colors or some names or something, some colors, nothing else. When you give up seeking, then you will find the truth. The remnants is the truth. That's why we say. Remnants is the truth. When you negate the negating process itself, then you come to the remnants, which is the truth. Go on negating, you are seeking, then in the end you have to say, white paper is not seen here at all. So, all these pictures or colors is supported by what? The background, the white paper. In this way, both the ideas are true. Either seek or don't seek. Both, but in the end you will find out. Now coming to our point, the seeking object, that presence of the boy is not found here, there. So we are seeking for it in the absence only, where he is absent. So now, because truth is hidden in this absent truth, absence of the truth, which is called world, names and forms, which overlaps the truth. Just as the white paper is hidden by the colorful front page, similarly, we have to accept, the presence is present in absence also. So he said that absolute truth is all pervading and we have to enjoy it. Enjoy what? Its presence. That is to be enjoyed. Just as you enjoy your presence, it is not different from that absolute presence, but we have forgotten as a limited identity. So this presence is forgotten or hidden, and it is there. The presence cannot be absent. It is there everywhere, even in the absence. Now, in this way, we come to our saying of the Isavasya Upanishad, that Isavasyam idagam sarvam, the whole totality, what is seen or what is here, that is nothing but the absolute presence, that is called God. And now you have to enjoy it. Enjoy it by what way? If you want to enjoy the presence, you have to give up absence. That is called giving up. Sacrifice. You cannot sacrifice the truth. So you have to sacrifice the untruth. Understood now what is the secret of sacrifice? And that untruth, you think it belongs to you. Why? How? How do you think that it is yours? Because you don't see the truth hidden in it. So the outer layer of the truth you want to enjoy. Isn't it? Say, for example, you bought a ripened banana from the shop and you gave to a small child who doesn't know about banana. Nothing he knows. So he will ask you, what is this? My dear child, it is called banana. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. So what will he do? He will try to put it in the mouth, just as we give something, say some chocolate with wrapper, and the children, they don't know where is chocolate and what is chocolate. So they put it in the mouth. The mother has to forbid them. See, this wrapper is not to be eaten. The inside reality is to be enjoyed. So now throw out the wrapper, isn't it? Then only you can understand, you can enjoy the inner truth, chocolate. In this way we can see the truth also. The truth is hidden everywhere in the name of chocolate. It is. In the name of presence, it is hidden everywhere in the absence. Come to our language. The presence is hidden in the absence everywhere in the name of presence. But presence is not found. So this is how you have to give up the outer layer, that wrapper, or the skin of the banana, throw it out. This is called giving up. You have to enjoy it by giving up.
Letting go.
Yes. And they say, Raso Vaisaha, that is the inner pulp, sweet pulp, which is wrapped by some outer hiding factor. You have to throw it out. This is the secret of sacrifice. Understood? Now, tena tyaktena bhunjitha. Tyag. Tyag means giving up or sharing with others or sacrificing or tyag, to give up. So by that, what do you give up? When you give up the object, you give up the attachment for it also. When you give up this pen, this is my pen. Now I am giving you my pen. Mine is sacrificed. Now it is yours. There is no mine. So this attachment is to be given up. That's why they say share it with others or give up and then enjoy. Give up and then enjoy. When you give up, how can you enjoy? Can you? Yes, you can. Because presence is all pervading. The presence cannot be given up. So coming to the subtlemost point, when I have given up my pen to you, pen is not lost. Pen is there. The mine is lost. Be aware. Mine, that attachment is lost, but the object is never lost.
The painter Picasso said, the purpose of life is to find your gift, your talent, and then you need to give it away.
Whatever belongs to you should be given up. And that reality cannot be given up, so the attachment has to be given up. The mine has become yours. Whatever was mine, it is now yours. But it is there. So that cannot be given up. That cannot be destroyed. The presence is there. The owner of the presence is changed now. That ownership is called attachment. That ownership, mineness has to be given up. This is the secret of sacrifice. This is why you have to share it with others and enjoy it. This is the secret of our saying, Isavasyam idagum sarvam jat kinchit jagatyam jagat. Whatever you see as a world or no world, tena tyaktena bhunjitha, you have to enjoy it by sacrificing. This is the secret of sacrifice and secret of enjoyment. For example, another example, there is a beautiful girl. He is now matured. Now the parents have to give her marriage to some boy. They searched for a good match. Okay. Now the child is given away to some other family, some other boy. Okay. Marriage ceremony is over. Now the parents are happy or unhappy? They have shared what they heard with others, and now they are happy both way. When the daughter comes house, to their own house, they enjoy his presence. And her presence is enjoyed in others' house. Both way they enjoy the presence of the daughter. Isn't it? Suppose the boy is educated, highly educated, and he has got a job somewhere, away from the home. Many Indian engineers, they go to America and they get good job there and they are working there. Does it mean they are absent? They are present, and that presence is taken away little far from the original presence. Presence is everywhere there. The parents enjoy their absence in the house. They enjoy the presence which is taken little far away. That's all. So everywhere we see, without giving up, you cannot enjoy. So do it with awareness. Then only when you are aware of your sacrifice, then only you will give up the false identity or overpowering wrapper or the enveloping uh, name and form which hides the reality, and then you get rid of attachment also, and then you find the reality. This is how the contemplative seekers, they get the reality without making the heads down and legs up. They need not do any asan or any karma yoga or anything puja, worldly puja with some objects. They just meditate on the truth in this way and they do the puja, they worship. This is called the highest worship. It should be done with sacrifice. Now coming to the other side of, you see, always we say about having an all-round vision. You should not see anything from one angle. You have to see it from all-round angle. So now let us see the other side of the sacrifice. It is said in Gita, Lord Krishna declares, when the Creator, universal being, the Creator started creating, it created so many objects and so many beings. Some are heavenly beings, some are earthly beings, and the heavenly beings are subtler beings, the earthly beings are gross beings. Gross means with a gross body, and the heavenly beings which we call gods, not singular, plural, gods, many gods. These gods are to be understood as the different numerable concentrated, personified, subtle way, in a subtle way, personified, concentrated natural powers. They are called gods. Many gods are there. Nature arranges everything to have a control. We were talking about the Niyati, all controller. The all controlling power is called nature. And that nature controls everything by different heads. Those different heads are called supernatural, concentrated, personified powers. Supernatural, concentrated, personified powers. And they are personified to control that particular aspect of the nature. So they are called gods. They are subtle beings, heavenly beings. And these gross beings on the earth plane or anywhere in the universe, so wherever these gross beings are found, the, the scientists are searching for some human beings in moon, in Mars, in other sub-planets of Jupiter and Saturn. They are trying to find out maybe somewhere, and they talk about aliens. Some beings come from some other world. Something is going on. Nobody knows what is the truth. But yet, we talk of our earthly beings. So we are the gross beings, and we have also classifications, say non-living, living, or animal planets, or uh, the plant life, birds planet, all these different kinds of beings. Now, these are gross beings, and the higher beings are subtler beings. So, the subtle has no direct relationship with the gross beings. So, without cooperation, without correlation, this relative world cannot prosper. So the Creator thought he had to create something relating or connecting rod. That is called sacrifice. That is sacrifice. You have to give up something for me. I have to, when I have received something, then I have to give something also. Vice versa. That is called relationship. That is the law of relativity. When you have accepted something, you have to give up something. That is the law of nature. You cannot get out of it. So, if you get something, you have to give. This transaction, this connecting method is known as the mediocre or the sacrificial object. Sacrifice. If you sacrifice something, means give up something to me, then I have to give up something to you. I am bound to do it. So this sacrifice, giving up, that connects both of us. Understood now? So Yajna is created by the absolute Creator to connect both the subtler beings and the grosser beings. And this is also seen mainly as the fire. Sacrifice is done through the fire. Fire god. We say fire god. How when we see the whole universe, the visible world, universe with names and forms, we see the basic principles of the nature are only five. Five basic elements by the help of which, by the mixture of combination of or composition of which five basic elements, the nature has created all these names and forms, subtler and grosser. Subtlemost is the sky, the space, where from we get the air. Air means the movement in the sky. Sky is nothing but the subtle form of the sound. When sound is audible, it has to move. That movement is known as wind or air. So when it moves, it touches where it is obstructed. The touch is the subtle unit of the air. Sound is the subtle unit of the sky. And then we see when there is movement, there will be friction and there will be fire. Heat will be there, fire will be there. This is the nature's law. So by this law, we see the third gross basic element is known as fire. And fire is nothing but oxygen and hydrogen. And if we analyze it, then only. And this hydrogen and oxygen, when they get together, they mix up together, giving up their identity. Then only it becomes the water particle. So from fire we get the water. And the dirt of the water, yesterday we were discussing on it, how the earth is created. This gross part of the water, when accumulated in the course of time and situations, then it is called earth, the gross identity. This is the fifth gross basic element for the nature to create different names and forms. Some are subtler and some are grosser forms. So we can divide it into five groups. Sky group. In the sky also there are forms and names. Don't say there is no forms. Sky has also form. So subtle, our gross mind cannot hold it. You have to be so subtle, means your mind should be so subtle as the sky. Then only it can communicate with the subtleness of the sky and it can understand. It can communicate with the sky beings. This is the secret. And if you can make your mind subtler like subtleness of the wind, then you can communicate with the wind also. And there are beings in the wind state. We have name also. According to our epics, our stories, the wind had some 49 forms. 49 forms. How? 49. हाँ जी. Anyhow, different names we have. Grossly also we have some names, tornado or stormy wind or hurricane. So many names are there for the wind, different form of the wind. Why don't you accept it?
breeze.
Cold wind, cool, cold breeze, we say. Sometimes it is strong, sometimes it is stormy. Different forms. So it has got names also, forms also. And then what to say about fire? Of course, fire is nothing other than the form. Form means the light, which we see by the gross eyes. So in this way, grosser than the wind is fire, grosser than fire is water, and we can behave well with water, and water is taken as the life, the source of gross lifestyle. Gross lifestyle. And then comes the earth, the grosser form of all these 5 elements. Now, the fire is. Have you seen the wind? No. Who has seen the wind? Neither you nor I. But when the trees nod their heads, the wind passes by. Who has seen the wind? Neither you nor I. When trees nod their heads, the wind passes by. Wind is there. Wind is there. And fire is seen by everyone. We need not take some subtle ideas to see the fire. It is gross we see. And grosser than the fire is water, and grosser than water is earth or clay, the dart of the water. So now among these 5, the fire is in between the 2 subtler and 2 grosser elements. It is in between the 2 that side to this side, isn't it? And it has the power to make the gross into subtle and subtle into gross. Understood now? So fire is taken as the connecting rod between the gross and the subtle, subtler beings and the grosser beings. Okay, now this is how sacrificial fire is called fire only. To have sacrifice, we should take the help of fire. Understood the secret? This is how fire is the form of sacrifice. We have to give some gross objects. Don't think it is lost. No. Some modern educated, so-called educated people, they think to put ghee or other objects into fire, it is useless. But it is not useless. Nothing is lost. As per you, the so-called educated scientific mass, you have to understand nothing is lost in this world. Only it changes its shape, changes its actions, shape, names and forms. Change is there, no doubt, but nothing is lost because you cannot lose anything because the presence is ever present everywhere in all conditions. So, sometimes we say the whole world is dance of the energy, supreme energy, which we were discussing since 2 days. And some say it is nothing but absolute presence takes different forms and nothing is lost. Nothing is lost. I was telling about the thoughts. Thoughts are also never lost. No thoughts are ever lost. Once created, created means they are given some shape. That's all.
Desired.
Desires. They are never lost.
Never lost.
This is how the fire is called sacrifice. So it's a sacrificial fire. We have to put something, gross objects, according to your purpose in the fire. The fire makes it subtle and supply to the subtler beings. And the subtler beings have to give something in return because the whole nature is under the rule of action and reaction, give and take, transaction. So the subtler beings are bound to give something to make it gross through the fire. And fire is known as the mouth of the gods.
If somebody really understood this point, they would spend all their time doing yajnas.
Yes, that is what was being done by great kings for years and years. We hear the story of Bali, the Indradyumna king. He went on making yajnas for thousands of years continuously. These stories are there to give us a lesson, to explain us how the sacrifice is a must in the life. And it is created in the very beginning of the creation by the universal creator to have the connectivity between the subtler beings and the grosser beings. Sahajajñam praja srishtva purovacha prajapati anena prasavisyadva esavastu ishtakamadhuk. This connecting rod, this fire, this sacrifice may be the will fulfilling connecting object. Whatever we use, wish, whatever you desire for, you get it through the fire, through the sacrifice.
For that, you need to have a sankalp. You need to have a sankalp before the sacrifice.
Of course,
You need to have a
sankalpa means whatever you have the idea, purpose, you have to express it. That is called sankalpa.
But if you don't express it, what happens?
You get everything according to the law of nature. Nature takes care. If you wish for something, then that particular object you get back. If you don't wish anything, then you get according to the subtle laws of the nature, you are bound to get something. Suppose you abused me, shall I garland you? I have to abuse you. If I didn't abuse you and I kept quiet, then what will you get? You will be abused by some other person. Nature will take care. Today or tomorrow, here or there, you will be disregarded. You will be abused by someone. The nature takes care. Every law, nature's law, is unbreakable. If you give something, you get it. That's why the secret of our Gurudev Swami Sivananji, what he says always, give, you will get. Spend, he will send. Don't be miser. Go on giving. And if you want to have some riches or prosperity in the form of money, then give money in charity. If you want good health, so help others to have good health. So help others in health-wise, you will have good health. For example, a real incident I will tell you. Some elderly lady from Bangalore whom I met, she was suffering from some acute disease and she was taking medicines for long and she was not cured by that. Then when I went to their house, the old lady approached me, my dear child, Swamiji, I am suffering. Please pray for me. I said, of course, I will pray for you. But Mataji, I shall tell you a method. Can you do that method? You will get rid of the disease. I say, yes, Swamiji, when you say, I have to obey it. I will do it. Please guide me. I said, go on taking the medicine. Don't stop taking medicines. But side by side, every Saturday or Sunday, please go to the hospital and share your thoughts, your prayer, your little money, whatever, or purchase some medicines and share it with the patients, indoor patients in the hospital, and give them some milk or fruits and other things. Poor patients, those who are unable to purchase the medicines from outside, please help them either purchasing the medicines or give them some money. Go on helping the patients, the sick persons. Go on helping. At least once in a week. If you can do more, never mind, you are no objection. But at least once in a week. She did it. She did it. And of course I didn't mean so, but he went on sending some money for our hospital also by hearing this for pretty long time. That was not my purpose. But she did whatever I told her. She used to go to hospitals nearby and do whatever I told her. And after say 1 year or so, it took 1 year. And after 1 year, when I went to her house, she tells me, Swamiji, your medicine worked. See, I am 85% cured. Little was there. I am cured by your said method. I am getting rid of the sickness. So this is practical what I told her. And similarly, another story, I have done research over it, that's why I am telling you. It is not just theories. I am here since 60 years, quite a long time. I used to go to market Uttarkasi, and Uttarkasi market was so small before 60 years. It was expanded after the earthquake, say 1991. Before that, some few shops and shopkeepers, I had friendship with everyone. One family, 3 boys, they were studying in the school. They were very dear to me. I used to go to their house. Their father used to call me and feed me sometimes. So they are very dear and near to me. And slowly in the course of time, I left going to their houses, and very seldom I could meet those children. And a long time passed. And the old parents, they passed away. These boys, they have grown up now, and they have taken the charge of their business. And the middle boy, named Subhas, he was taking care of some shop run by the father. And since long I have not met him. All of a sudden one day I had been to the market, and he was seen there on the marketplace somewhere. I met him, and of course it is usual, I had to ask him, Suhas, how are you? Since long we have not met each other. How are you doing? What are you doing? The moment he met me and I inquired his welfare, he started weeping. Tears were there in his eyes. He could not control it. Swamiji, you used to come to our house long before. You had so much love for us. Now you have left us. Have you left us? Swamiji, what to say? I am suffering. I said, what has happened? How are you suffering? What for? You were very well to do. Now what is going on? Swamiji, I lost everything in my business, and I was getting loss and loss and loss, and finally I have given up the business, and sometimes I don't get even food. In my family I have some children also. I am married now, and he was small student in long back when I used to go to their houses. So now he says, Swamiji, I am going through such a critical time. I am unable to even feed my children. Everything I have lost. And you don't come to our house, you don't ask our welfare. I said, sorry, because I don't come to market very often. Once in a while I come, and at that time I don't go to anybody's house, just I do my whatever little purchasing and go back. I have no chance now. I am too busy. And he said, Swamiji, can you help us? I said, certainly, I shall help you. I am not a rich man to give you some money, but I will give you some ideas if you can follow. Practical ideas. Will you do it? Yes, Swamiji. Whatever you say, I have to obey. I am your child. Please tell me what to do. I said, every day, early morning, you should get up and go and have a dip in Ganga, because just the Uttarakashi on the bank of Ganga. Go to Ganga and have a dip early in the morning, and bring a pot full of water, lota full of water, and offer it to Lord Vishwanath, because Vishwanath is the all in all, the king of kings of this area. He is the Lord. Go to the temple, Vishwanath temple, offer it to Lord Vishwanath. At that time there will not be much rush, and pray Vishwanath. Not without giving anything, just give some water, Ganga water. Offer it to Mahadev and pray there at least for 5 minutes. Open out your heart to Lord Vishwanath and keep a broom somewhere and sweep all around the temple, clean the temple outside. Inside the worshipper will do. Outside you have to clean it. It is cleaning not the outside temple, but it is cleaning of your heart. And come home, that much you have to do in the temple. And come home and don't take anything in without giving something to some poor person. Let it be one pie, never mind. But daily you have to practice it. Whatever you have to share it with some poor people who has no concern with you, no expectation from him. Don't expect anything in return, and give something to somebody, either some food or some money or something. You have to give it to some poor person daily. After that only you should take food. If you have one chapati to eat, give half to other and then eat it. Have patience, have patience, have faith. Your problem will be over soon. Believe me. He believed me.
I've tried, Swami.
Yes,
What?
he believed me and did it. After say about 6, 7 months, all of a sudden again once I met him in the marketplace. So I asked, Suvas, how are you? Swamiji, your idea worked.
Correct.
What has happened? Now I was doing whatever you said, and since a fortnight or so, some of my old friend who is away from Uttarkasi somewhere, he had come here. He saw my conditions, and now he has promised me within a day or two. He has promised me to send some 4 lakhs of rupees to start the business again. And it is about to come, and I have the plan to start the business again. I said, okay, go on, go on. And afterwards, again I heard he is quite now up to do. Everything is quite well to do. And now, today, he is the second businessman in whole of Uttarkasi.
Wow, that's amazing.
See, second or third, some position.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, he has enough. That principle worked.
By giving
Giving. You have to give.
what you
The
want.
nature will take care. Nature will take care. Don't expect.
No.
This is how Gita says, Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. You have right to perform the action, but you have no right on the result of it. But you can hope for it. Without hope, there is no life. You have right to hope, but you cannot claim it. I have appeared the exam. I have answered the question papers. I must get 80% marks. No, that you cannot say. By no means. You have no right over the marks what you are going to secure. So what should I do? You should have the hope, but don't claim. You have no right over it. The examiner knows how much he has to give you. That is in the hands of the nature. Go on doing your actions without expecting some exact something. Don't demand, don't claim that you will be supplied with the result in the course of time. No action goes without reaction. Every action has a reaction, equal and opposite. So there is no question of claiming it. Without claiming, you will get it. This is how the sacrifice is there to help the whole creation. It is the connecting rod between the two. Between the two.
The gateway.
yes, gateway. Let it be subtler or grosser with grosser,
Anything.
or anything.
Anyhow.
Sacrifice is the secret of life to be prosper. If you give, you will get.
स्वामी जी, जब यज्ञ करते हैं, मैंने कई फोटोज देखा है, अपना पर इच्छा देवता भी प्रकट होते हैं यज्ञ में.
Of course, if you have some hope, it will be fulfilled. It will be. May not be exactly what you want, because it depends upon the the nature of the action. How do you act? So you will reap the result. Say, for example, suppose somebody is standing outside the gate and he is crying. Is there somebody in the ashram? I am a hungry man. Can you give me something to eat? Some poor man. I heard this cry. I went with 2 chapatis, maybe with some sweets, maybe with some drinks, maybe some other things. That differs what I have.
Yes.
I am willing to give something and I am going to give something. So the object matters and with what motive and feelings you are giving it. Maybe I was doing some office work and when that fellow was crying, I got irritated and got some 2 chapatis and went, take it, go. Simply shouting. This is also a kind of giving. And maybe I was sitting calmly and heard the cry. Oh, somebody is hungry. Let me help him. I took some sweets with some sabji, vegetable, with some 2 chapatis and went with a plate. My dear, take this. If you want more, I will give more. That is also giving. And maybe I called him in, asked him to sit in the dining hall and asked somebody to feed him nicely, sumptuously, whatever he wanted to eat. That is also giving some food. So, are they same type of giving food? Different feelings, different type. You offer some food to the hungry man. So it will have different reactions. Same food giving, but with what heart, what feeling you gave, bhavana. So every action, of course, has reaction, but reaction will be directly relevant to the nature of giving. Action, nature of the action. So it is said, equal and opposite. Equal means equal in every sense. So it is very difficult.
Where we are in life is exactly where we should be.
Yes, where we are, we enjoy everything selfishly without looking others, who is around us, who is really eating or they are they are deprived of food. Some nude persons, they have nothing to have to get rid of cold. No chadar, nothing, no blankets, nothing. We are enjoying beautiful blankets and quilts. You should think of others. This is called sacrifice. Without sacrifice, there is no life. So, the Creator created this joining link, the connecting factor, sacrifice, by which the action will leave the reaction, and whatever you want, you get it. Your needs will be fulfilled, and the medium is sacrifice. You are bound to give. You cannot enjoy whatever you have all by yourself. On this only our culture stands. This is our tradition. So the question comes, Swamiji, if you say without sacrifice there is no life, so let it go on, why should I try for it? It is your natural process. Let it go on, why should I try for it? Of course, you need not try. Your life is a embodiment of sacrifice only. Without sacrifice, you cannot live a moment. Without knowing, you are giving up carbon dioxide, which is taken by the plants, and they are giving you back what you need, oxygen. Without knowledge also, without awareness also, you are doing it. Without sacrifice, there is no life. So, if the question arises, why should I try then? Let it go on by itself. So, the answer is, if you are aware of it, the result will be sooner and more enjoyable. You know it, that you are enjoying the result of it. If you don't know it, if you are not aware, of course you will get back, but you will not enjoy so much. For example, say you have put a mango seed, and this tree will come up, and after say 5 years, the tree will yield some mangoes, and it will get ripened, and the tree, okay. Now you have left the place and you are settling somewhere away, okay, and somebody brings you a mango and gives to eat. You have eaten the mango. How much you enjoy the mango? Of course you will get the mango back in the course of time. And somebody brings you a mango and gives, my dear, please take this. Now it is mango season, you can enjoy it. You ate it, you enjoy the mango. But if you know this mango is brought from your tree, how much you will enjoy?
Correct, absolutely.
You will enjoy more. Yes, it is your result of effort you had done before. So you will enjoy it more. Enjoyment, of course, is there. You will get back the mango. And if you know, oh, so many others have enjoyed those mangoes in your tree, and there are yet some mangoes, and you will get back some other mangoes, some friend will bring it to you. Now, how much you enjoy? Oh, it has been fructified. I, I toiled so hard. Huh? How much you enjoy. So this is the difference, nothing else. Whether you know or not, avasyameva bhaktavyam subha subha karma phalam. You are bound to get good or bad result of your actions. Nobody can snatch away it from you. But if you are aware of it, you are aware of your action and reaction, it is more enjoyable. That is real life, inner life. You enjoy everything. Even the bad result also you will enjoy because you know it is the reaction of your own bad action. So you will not react more. You will say,
Accept it.
it is, yes, you have to accept it. It is my action's result. I abused him 2 years ago when I met him in marketplace. And today he is abusing me somewhere, or somebody is abusing me without any reason. People say without any reason, uselessly. But reason is there hidden, you don't see it. And if you know it, then you will keep quiet. Yes, yes, I had to get it. Many such instances when you are aware of your action, your reactions, you can keep quiet, you will have less reaction. So less reaction means less worries, less problems, and less
Less
unhappiness.
attachments, less everything will be.
Everything is lessened. That is because of your knowledge or your awareness. That is the difference. Now we have learnt about the secret of the sacrifice and sacrificial fire and the secret of life to be prosperous, happy and healthy. The sacrifice is the only way. And now this is the meaning which is said in Isavasya Upanishad in the first very beginning of the Upanishad, the first mantra. Tena tyaktena bhunjitha ma gridha kasya svedhanam. Don't overpower, don't snatch away, don't have right over others' property. Others' property, property means belongings or wealth. There is another saying, whatever belongs to me never can belong to others, and whatever belongs to others, that can never belong to me. This is the nature's law. Nature's law. For example, I will tell you how the nature works. Have you seen the lotus? Yes. And lotus leaf? Why it is called lotus leaf? Because it has relationship with the lotus. In the water, many types of leaves you will find, but this is particularly lotus leaf. Okay? Now the lotus leaf is taken from the water and somebody has taken some hair and it is thrown in the desert away from that water pond, and the the leaf is dried up and turned into pieces. Some little piece you got, you were somewhere traveling in the desert, and you, if I ask, what is it? What will you say? A piece of dried lotus leaf. Will you say it is mango leaf? Or will you say it is something, say, what else? Jackfruit fruit? Nothing. You have to say it is a lotus leaf. That lotus is never separated from the leaf. It belongs to lotus all the time. Even though it gets disappeared, what disappeared? The lotus leaf disappeared. Even then, it has the relationship with the lotus. It cannot be separated. So the saying goes, whatever belongs to you, it will be with you forever. Whatever doesn't belong to you, it will never come to you any time. So don't have an eye upon others' property. You cannot enjoy it. So voluntarily you should not think of others' properties.
Swamiji, I read one about Gurudev Ji, one line. You are the descendant of your own past
Yes,
and the future of your actions.
correct, correct. इसके ऊपर एक पद कोई लिखा कोई, जिसका जो है देर सवेरे उसको वह मिल जाएगा। सागर का जल बादल बन के नदी रूप में फिर आएगा।
Wow.
जिसका जो है देर सवेरे उसको वह मिल जाएगा। सागर का जल बादल बन के नदी रूप में फिर आएगा। Whatever belongs to someone, it will come to him, though it is separated for some reason, for some time, due to some circumstances. If it is taken away from him, it will come to him one day or other. Maybe there is little difference of time, but it has to come to him. It has to. For example, the poet says, this is the principle. Whatever belongs to one, it is his own. If it is separated, it will come to him one day or other. See the example of water of the ocean. If it is taken out from the ocean, it becomes evaporated and has become the clouds. The clouds will rain sometimes somewhere away from the ocean, and those water drops will be accumulated and become a small river or big river, and finally it has to come and reach this ocean. Nobody can keep it away from the ocean for long. The water of the ocean has to come to the ocean even if it is taken away. It has to come. It belongs to the ocean. So, for today this much, know the secret and the methods and the usefulness of sacrifice and be happy. And this is the secret of worship also. Then your work becomes worship. Whatever you do, it becomes worship of the nature and the nature holder, the absolute. This is what we were discussing that day. The worship, the highest type of worship, and the highest Lord. That is the answer of Lord Shiva to Vasistha. He was explaining how the worship should be performed and towards whom. Thank you.
Thank you.
Om. Om. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnada Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय, सदा ब्रह्म की जय, सरस्वती महारानी की जय, जोगवशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय. हरि